Salut, bonjour à ton tuto de vocabulaire aujourd'hui. Et aujourd'hui, on va regarder présentation et usage. So, back to basics really on your tuto today. Even if you're quite an advanced speaker, it can be quite useful to go back and have a look at these basics because, it's the first thing you're going to say to someone, isn't it? So, se saluer is saying hello, really. Saying hello and saying goodbye as well. And you see the little cartoon here. Bonjour madame, enchantée de vous connaître. Bonjour monsieur, enchanté. Sometimes I think we forget, about the enchanté, yeah, which is the pleased to meet you. Such an easy little word to use, enchanté. Okay, les gestes. Now we would probably want to say action, but actually geste is the better word for actions. C'est masculin, c'est un geste. So, on serre la main d'une personne à qui on est présenté quand on fait sa connaissance, en particulier dans le contexte professionnel. So, what does that mean? On serre la main? Shake hands. So, shake hands with someone that we're presented to, particularly when we just first meet them. So, quand on fait sa connaissance. So, faire sa connaissance is to get to know somebody. So you can say enchanté, which is nice and simple, straightforward, isn't it? Why wouldn't you? But you could also say enchanté de faire votre connaissance. Enchanté de faire votre connaissance. It would change to votre because it would always use vous when you first meet somebody, even if it only it only lasts for a short period of time. In particular, in a professional context, obviously. On serre la main aussi pour saluer, dire bonjour ou au revoir, surtout entre hommes. So we shake hands to saluer. So saluer is to say hello, goodbye. To say hello, goodbye, especially between men, apparently. So au revoir, Julie, à la prochaine. À bientôt, Anaïs. So they're doing the biz. That's called the biz rather than shaking hands. À la prochaine, see you next time. Quite often when I write you an email or a message, I might say à la semaine prochaine or à mardi or whatever. The à means to, so it doesn't mean that you always need the à in front of those. À la prochaine that means to the next time. So if I write à la semaine prochaine, I mean see you next time, or à mardi, see you next time. And there it is again, à bientôt, see you soon. And then Anaïs is the name. Les femmes s'embrassent plus facilement, même dans les situations professionnelles. So women do the biz more easily, even in professional situations. Now, s'embrasser, that's reflexive, so it means it's reciprocal. That's one reason why we have reflexive verbs. And it doesn't mean to cuddle or to embrace, it means to kiss. Okay, so that doesn't mean to embrace. To cuddle or to embrace is faire un câlin. Faire un câlin. Dans une famille, on s'embrasse, on s'embrasse. So in families, obviously, they do the biz. They're called the biz. So dans tous les cas, le nombre de baisers, bisous, varie d'une région à l'autre. So in every case, the number of kisses. So kisses is baiser, bis, or bisou. Probably because baiser also means something else. I probably would avoid that actual noun because it's kind of been turned into something else. So I would use bis or bisou just to be absolutely safe of what you're actually saying. Yes. So bis, bisou. Bis is sort of like one level. Bisou is sort of like, is more sort of like friendly, more familiar. And it varies from region to region. On fait 2, 3 ou 4 baisers sur la joue. So you can do not 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on where you are in France. But you'll soon find out, because everybody's doing them. And of course, you're trying to avoid knocking noses and everything. Bonjour, madame, maman, pardon, bonjour, maman, bonjour, mon chéri. So this is a bit more informal, isn't it? Hi, mum, hi, dear, or darling. Entre amis ou membres de famille. So between friends or members of the family. On finit souvent une conversation téléphonique ou mail par je t'embrasse, bisous, gros bisous, grosse bise. So, when you're in this sort of like a familiar situation, you're going to finish a telephone conversation or an email with je t'embrasse, which is give you a kiss, bisous, kiss, gros bisous, big kiss, and grosse bis, big kisses as well. And actually, this is the thing of like when we put our kisses, our X's, don't we, on the end of text and so forth, this is what you would put instead of that. I remember I had a French friend and I think I put 3 X's on the end, you know, like just a kisses on the end of a text or something. And X's in French mean XXX rated. And she was wondering why I put that on there. So they don't use X's for kisses, they use these phrases. And it says here, remarque, embrasser signifie maintenant faire un baiser, faire la bise à quelqu'un, et non plus prendre dans les bras. So what I was saying, it doesn't mean take in your arms, it means the kiss. All right, le vouvoiement et le tutoiement, what is that? So when do we use vu? The vouing and the toing, basically, that's what it is, the vouing and the toing. So la choix est délicat, so it's a delicate choice actually. Il dépend de l'âge, du statut social et de caractère. So depends on age, social status and personal choice really. On se tutoie à l'intérieur de la famille. So everyone, you know this, don't you? On se tutoie. Yeah, that's reflexive because it's reciprocal. So we use to within a family. On tutoie un enfant, même si on ne le connaît pas. Et aussi un animal. So if you're an adult and you're talking to a child, you always tutoie a child, even if you don't know the child, and also an animal. On veut voir une personne qu'on rencontre pour la première fois. So just to be safe, use vu for the first time you meet someone, even if everybody else is using tu. Yeah. I recently watched a French film, which is Bienvenue au Ch'ti. It's a very famous French film. I watched it this week. And I noticed that even though they were a band of like friends and they all worked together, it was only when they got really, really drunk in this particular part of the film that they said, oh, can we use tu? So they were with each other every day, these people working together, but they used the vu all the way through. So, you know, you really do need to get permission before you can use tu. La tutoyer peut être impoli, can be impolite, et même insultant, even insulting in certain cases. Cependant, les jeunes se tutoient très facilement. However, young people use tu very easily. Les enfants se tutoient entre eux et apprennent progressivement à vouvoyer les adultes. So the children tutoient in the first instance and then progress towards the vu as they become adults. Trois formes sont utilisables selon le contexte. Okay. Bonjour madame vu, madame monsieur, plus vouvoiement. Bonjour Charlotte, vu, prénom, plus vouvoiement. So it's not just because you know someone's first name that you automatically go to tu. And bonjour Charlotte, tu. Then that would mean that you would have, you know, those kinds of terms with Charlotte. Good. I know this is revision for most of you, but it's worth reflecting on it. Okay, some more phrases that you might use when you're first meeting people. Je t'en prie. Je vous en prie. So there we've got the tu form and the vu. Now, you don't really need to, I know that some of you have been studying the on, you know, you don't actually need to translate that. I would just take that, learn it as a phrase. Just a phrase. Don't break it down, analyze it, just take it as a phrase. So, je t'en prie, je vous en prie. You're welcome, basically. Very nice, yeah. Cette locution s'utilise dans de nombreux contextes. Elle permet de répondre au remerciement et à l'excuse. So, je te ou je vous remercie. So, you can say, thank you, je t'en prie, je vous en prie. Je te remercie, je vous remercie. That's very nice. And this is a nice one. It's good to have these because these are very simple phrases and you can sound really like you know French if you know these and you've got a range of them. That's what I felt like when I was in France. So, il n'y a pas de quoi. Il n'y a pas de quoi is you're welcome. Yeah, il n'y a pas de quoi, which is quite nice. Don't look too deeply into where it comes from grammatically. And then on the other side, we've got excusez-moi, je suis désolé. Sorry, I'm sorry. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Je vous en prie. Je vous en prie, c'est pas grave. It could also mean c'est pas grave, which is it's not serious. It's okay. It's not a problem. Or we've got asseyez-vous, je vous en prie. So sit down. I'm asking of you. I pray of you. If we translated it properly, literally, I suppose. Yeah. So this is very, very polite. Yes. if you were sort of like waiting, I don't know, in a situation like doctor's surgery or something like that, and there was one chair left and someone was offering you that chair, they might say, Asseyez-vous, je vous en prie, in that sort of situation. Okay, elle s'emploie aussi quand on autorise quelqu'un à faire quelque chose ou pour atténuer la brutalité d'un impératif. Alors, je peux téléphoner? Bah, je t'en prie, je vous en prie. Can I call? Can I use your phone? Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, go for it. And then, like we said, on l'emploie aussi pour laisser passer une personne. We also use it to let somebody else have a turn. So that would be the case with the chair, and also that they're on a diving board there. Après vous, je vous en prie. Now this is a good little section here. Utilisation du verbe aller. Now you know that you're always being asked, comment ça va? Comment allez-vous? Comment tu vas? Ça va? All those different ways of being asked that. So notice that in that question is the verb. Which verb is it? It's aller, isn't it? Aller. So comment vas-tu? Comment allez-vous? Ça va? All of those. There we go. It's aller. It's aller. It's aller. So that means when you're answering it, you're going to use aller in your answer as well. Our temptation is to say je suis bien, but that's not how it works. You say je vais bien, je vais bien. So lots of ways you can answer that, aren't there? So très bien, merci. Et toi? Vous? Assez bien, merci. So you're not going to see in here comme ci, comme ça, by the way. That's not going to happen. So assez bien is one way you could say it. And then also you're asking the question back using a tonic, et toi, et vous. Notice that if you're asking the question back, it's et toi, et vous, et toi. It's not tu, because you can't use tu when you haven't got another verb afterwards. So it has to be toi. Pas trop mal, merci. Not too bad. That's a good one. Not too bad. Or ça peut aller. Ça peut aller. That's a bit down the dumps if you say that. Ça peut aller. Could be better. The other one that you probably heard me using in classes is j'ai la pêche. J'ai la pêche, which is I've got the peach, which is like very happy, or j'ai la patate. J'ai la patate. Now, if you're asking someone, are you feeling a bit better? Is vous allez mieux? Tu vas mieux? Ça va mieux? So all of those, are you better? Things going better? So for example, if someone's been ill or something, and then notice the answer, oui, je vais mieux. Not je suis mieux, je vais mieux. Or ça va mieux in general. Oh, non, pas vraiment, not really. Pas vraiment, not really. Simple, isn't it? Je suis toujours malade, I'm still ill. Ce verbe permet aussi d'exprimer un espoir. So you can also use aller to express some kind of hope as well. So, j'espère que tu t'iras bien. So I hope everything will go well. That's aller, that ira. If you look in your bécherel after, if you want to, that ira comes from aller, and that's the future simple. Mais oui, rassure-toi, tu t'iras bien. Yeah, don't worry, everything will be fine. Then we've got some expressions here. So l'expression ça te va, ça vous va, signifie vous êtes d'accord. So if someone says to you, ça te va comme ça, or ça vous va comme ça, they're saying, is it all right like that? Are you okay with that? And you say, oh oui, oui, c'est bon, c'est bon. The answer to that would be oui, c'est bon. For example, une réunion mardi à 14h, ça te or ça vous va? So a meeting on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, would that suit you? So we're using aller here to mean suit you. Does that suit you? So, and you can also use it for suit you as in clothes as well. So does that suit you as an arrangement? Does that suit you as a choice? Does that suit you as a look as well? So that's quite a good use of aller for that. And then you might answer, oui, ça me va, ça me va. Notice you've got the me dropped in there because you've got the te and the vous dropped in. So the answer, oui, ça me va, yeah, it suits me. Oh non, désolé, ça ne me va pas, je suis pris. Oh no, sorry, that doesn't suit me, I'm already taken. L'expression ça va, familière, signifie aussi tu vas bien. Vous avez compris? So you can also use ça va, not just about asking about somebody's well-being, about how they are, but you could just say ça va, ça marche. Ça va ou ça marche means, is that okay? Does that work? Yeah. And then somebody might answer, oui, tu vas bien. tu bien, tu vas bien. Vous avez compris. Vous avez compris? Oh, I see they're asking a question. So they're saying, ça va, is that okay? Is that, everything okay? Tu vas bien? Vous avez compris? Have you understood? You know, that sort of thing. And so très bien, merci would be an answer. So if you're in a restaurant situation or something like that, and you know, they weren't really sure that you'd understood that you couldn't have your booking at 2, it was going to be at 2:45 or something, they might say, ça va? Tu vas bien? Vous avez compris? Yeah, is that all right? Have you understood? It's okay? Ah oui, oui, très bien. Super, super, monsieur, madame. And then the last one we got here is, alors, comment s'est passé ton examen? So not, it doesn't mean, did you pass your exam? That means, how did it go? How did it go? So se passer, reflexive verb, to how did it go? Comment ça s'est passé? Great expression. Comment ça s'est passé? You might be asked that at the end of a meal, which is, how was it? How was it? And then this is a lovely way to finish. This is a lovely way to answer. Tout s'est bien passé, merci. Tout s'est bien passé, merci. Yeah, everything was great, thanks. Yeah, rather than just saying, oh, oui, c'est bien, c'est bon, right? Tout s'est bien passé. Great way to sort of like sum up that you were happy with your meal, or a stay at the hotel, or a day out, or whatever it was that you were doing. Everything was great, that basically means. Ça a été, ça a été. At the end of a meal, when the waiter comes to your table, they'll say, ça a été, which means, was it all fine? And then same sort of thing, tout s'est bien passé. So a bit of revision for some of you, maybe there are a few new expressions or just a reminder of some stuff. All very useful because it's in the beginning, isn't it, of that when you're having conversations. Yes, these are the common things that you'll be saying all the time. Merci beaucoup, je vous en prie. Et puis à bientôt alors. Merci beaucoup, au revoir.